perfectionism and urgency is not the natural state of who we are. It's who we had to become in order to survive dysfunction and to survive conditional, inconsistent, scarce love. And so we still hold on to these parts and these versions of ourselves is in our adulthood. And when you bring those subconscious aspects and those subconscious parts of you to your consciousness, and you choose to make peace with those parts of you, not to exile them, not to get rid of them, but to realize that they are protective parts of you that is creating this urgency, creating this perfectionism, because you still feel like you need to uphold these versions of you. You still feel like you need to be loyal to these parts of you in order to maintain your worthiness and value through the eyes and the lens of somebody else, to try to earn that through being this specific version of you, by being perfect, by always going and going and going, and not really giving your time to rest, not really allowing yourself to just be, and feeling like you need to do everything perfectly, execute everything perfectly, not make any mistakes. And the inevitable part of being new at something and making mistakes and just simply being human is going to come with not being perfect, and it's going to come with learning to take your time. And obviously this isn't just about urgency and perfectionism, but like I said, I think it's important that we learn to make peace with these parts of ourselves, because trying to get rid of these parts of ourselves is kind of, I feel like, taking away from the fact that these parts of us may never actually truly go away. We can learn to accept them. We can learn to recognize when those parts of us come up. But like I said, we learn these as protective mechanisms. And unfortunately, when we experience trauma, when we are exposed to a culture, society, when we are born into a lineage that has these really deep-rooted, deep-seated ancestral wounds and patterns that perpetuate this need to be perfect, this urgency, and running and avoiding yourself, it causes soul fragmentation. And a part of reclaiming who you are is also acknowledging and accepting and learning to love and honor the version of you that you had to become to survive. And the part of us that we adapt, like I said, is perfectionism, is urgency, is a lack of self-love and acceptance. And a lot of these parts of us have been running the show for a long time. A lot of these parts of us we have been loyal to unconsciously.